The whole conversation about AI and the economy, it really feels like it's stuck on repeat. We keep asking the same question over and over. But what if we're all missing the bigger picture? What if there's a huge fundamental shift happening that nobody's really talking about? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today.
So, will AI take our jobs? I mean, that's the question, isn't it? It's everywhere. You see it in the news, you talk about it with your friends. And look, it's a totally fair question to ask. But what if it's also the wrong one? What if focusing on that is actually distracting us from what's really going on?
Yeah, because the real story, it isn't just about counting up which jobs might go away. It's about something much, much bigger. It's about the entire system, the very pathway that has let people get a start, built a career, and be part of the economy for like the last 300 years. And that pathway, it might be completely breaking down.
Okay, so you see numbers like this thrown around all the time, right? 57%. A McKinsey report says that's how many work hours in the US could be automated by AI. And whoa, that's a huge, staggering number. But see, even talking about that number keeps us stuck in that same old conversation about job losses. The real point isn't the number, it's the pathway to getting a job, any job, in the first place.
All right, so to really get what's happening, we've got to talk about this kind of invisible structure. It's been the foundation of our entire modern economy for centuries. It's an assumption that's so deep, so fundamental, that we don't even notice it's there. Think of it like an economic ladder. So what is this ladder? It's basically the ladder of economic participation. And the idea is super simple. It's the bedrock principle that you can get into the economy just by working. You start somewhere, you learn, you get better, and as your value goes up, so do your wages. It's the path we've all been told about. I mean, we all get this instinctively, right? You start somewhere. You get that first job. Maybe it's not glamorous, but you're on the bottom rung of the ladder. You learn the ropes, you get better, you prove your worth, and you start to climb. Your skills improve, your paycheck gets bigger. This whole idea, this has been the engine of progress for generations.
And listen, this isn't just some feel-good story we tell ourselves. This is the absolute foundation of pretty much all modern economic theory. You can look at thinkers who couldn't be more different. Adam Smith, Karl Marx, they argued about everything, but the one thing they all took for granted, the one shared assumption, that this ladder actually exists.
Okay, so if this ladder has been the foundation for 300 years, what's different now? Why are we even talking about this? Well, this is where AI comes in. And it doesn't just change the rules of the game, it completely flips the whole board over. Think about it. In the past, when new tech came along, like say a tractor or a factory robot, it mostly replaced muscle power. And yeah, some jobs went away, but, and this is the key part, it always created new entry-level jobs. A farmhand might be out of a job, but someone had to build the tractor, fix the tractor, sell the tractor. The ladder was still there, you could still get on it. AI is just different. It doesn't just replace a task, it replaces the entire entry point. There's no intern AI that starts at the bottom and learns. It shows up on day one as the expert. And that brings us to the core, knockout punch of this entire idea. Just let this sink in for a second. A ladder with no bottom rungs isn't a ladder. It's so simple, but so profound. If you can't get on the first rung, the rest of the rungs don't matter. The whole system of climbing, of improving, of moving up, it's just gone. And this completely rewires the logic of how a business works. It used to be that if you wanted to grow, to be more productive, you had to hire more people. That's an ongoing cost, an operational expense. You're paying wages every month. But now, you can get that same productivity boost or even more by buying an AI system. That's a capital expense, a one-time purchase. Suddenly, the money isn't flowing to people's paychecks anymore. It's flowing to a server farm. So what's the result of that? It's simple and honestly, a little scary. All that incredible value, all that new wealth that AI is creating, it's not going to labor. It's not spreading out through more jobs and bigger salaries. Instead, it's all flowing to capital. It's going to the people and the companies who own the AI models, who own the data, who own the computers. Now, this isn't just about spreadsheets and economic models. This is about people. When the primary way that people have connected to and participated in society starts to crumble, well, that kicks off a crisis that is so much deeper than just money. I mean, just think about it for a second. What is a job? It's never just been about the paycheck, has it? It's tied up in our identity, in our sense of dignity and purpose. It's how we meet people, form communities. It's the whole basis for moving up in the world. And of course, it's the tax base that pays for everything, schools, roads, you name it.
So you see where this is going. When that ladder breaks, it's not one problem, it's a whole cascade of them. The tax base starts to dry up. The idea of social mobility just freezes in place. People are left without a sense of purpose, of identity. And you end up with this bizarre, frankly dangerous situation where the economy, on paper, is booming, but more and more people feel totally left out, like they have no part in that success.
And this creates a massive political blind spot. Right now, our entire political debate is still focused on how to fix the old ladder. You've got conservatives saying, just get out of the way and let it work. You've got progressives saying, no, we need to add safety nets and strengthen the bottom rungs. But they're all arguing about the same thing, and they're all missing the point. They're operating on the flawed assumption that the ladder is still standing. It's like they're passionately debating the paint color for a house that's already burned to the ground.
So, if the old way is broken, if the ladder is gone, what do? What comes next? This is the critical pivot. We have to stop trying to patch up the past and start designing a completely new future.
In this new world, the thing that makes humans valuable isn't doing the tasks anymore. We have AI for that. It's the ultimate execution machine. Our role has to shift from execution to direction, from labor to agency. It's no longer about just doing the work, it's about deciding what work needs to be done. It's about judgment, creativity, and setting the course.
So, if labor, is no longer the front door to the economy, then we have to build a new door. The new entry point is capital. So the challenge is, how do we design a new system where everyone can participate through capital?
And let's be clear, this isn't about handouts or charity. This is about creating brand new ways for people to have a real, genuine stake in the economy. So what could that look like? Well, you could have things like data dividends. You get paid for the data you create, since your data is what makes these AI models smart. Or how about AI equity? The idea that every citizen gets a small share, a stake in the automated systems that are generating all this wealth. We could even have shared public stakes in the core AI infrastructure, making sure that the profits benefit everyone, not just a few.
And this is a really important difference from something like universal basic income, or UBI. The argument here is that UBI might keep people alive, which is good, but ownership gives people a role. A paycheck from the government doesn't solve that deeper crisis of purpose and participation, but having a real stake, real ownership in the new economy, that does. So at the end of the day, this is the choice we're facing. It is incredibly stark. We are literally on the brink of a world with productivity so high, it's hard to even imagine. But if we don't build a new way for people to participate, we could see that incredible productivity happen right alongside record-breaking levels of exclusion.
The system we've relied on for centuries, the one that defined work and life and progress, it's breaking. The ladder is gone. So that leaves us, all of us, with what might just be the most important question of our lifetime. What are we going to build to replace it?